Welcome to the YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub, your one-stop solution for expert guidance, best practices, and actionable knowledge in the world of contact centers. Explore, learn, and enhance contact center skills. Let's dive into the cross-metric correlation of average handle time in call centers. Now let's explore how average handle time directly influences service level. When AHT is extended, every interaction consumes more agent time. This reduces overall capacity, meaning fewer calls are answered within the agreed SLA threshold. As a result, service levels decline, leading to longer queues, higher abandon rates, and dissatisfied customers. Conversely, when AHT is shortened, service level can rise because agents are freed up more quickly to take the next call. But here's the catch: this benefit is only real if quality is preserved. If agents rush through calls to artificially lower AHT, you may see higher service levels on paper, but you'll likely suffer in first contact resolution and CSAT, which creates rework and ultimately drives volume back up. That's why AHT is such a critical input in Erlang C staffing models. It not only dictates how many agents are required but also sets the foundation for how reliably your contact center can meet contractual service targets. Balancing AHT with quality is essential for sustainable service performance. Next, let's look at how average handle time connects with average wait time, or queue time. When AHT is high, every call takes longer to resolve. This creates a bottleneck, fewer agents are free to take the next customer, and as a result, wait times in the queue rise. Longer waits not only frustrate customers but also increase abandonment and can erode service perception. On the other hand, when AHT is optimized, not rushed, but streamlined, agents become available more quickly. This reduces queue time and improves the customer's perception of responsiveness. It's important to note the word optimized. Too short an AHT may compromise quality, but a well-balanced AHT creates a steady flow, ensuring customers spend less time waiting and agents remain productive without feeling overloaded. In short, AHT directly drives AWT. Get it right, and you shorten queues while safeguarding customer satisfaction. Now let's explore how average handle time connects with abandonment rate. When AHT increases, agents spend longer on each interaction. This slows down the flow of calls, which leads to longer queues. The longer customers are forced to wait, the more likely they are to give up and abandon the call. Each abandoned call represents not only a lost opportunity to serve but also a potential hit to customer satisfaction and future revenue. In contrast, when AHT is optimized, agents become available faster, queues move more smoothly, and abandonment percentages drop. It's important to remember, though, that the goal isn't simply to shorten calls at all costs. If quality is sacrificed, customers may end up calling back, creating even more volume. So, in essence, high AHT inflates abandonment rates by creating longer waits, while controlled AHT helps keep customers engaged, satisfied, and retained. Now let's look at how average handle time connects with first contact resolution. When AHT is pushed too low, agents may feel pressured to rush through calls. That often means they don't dig deep enough into the issue, miss root causes, or fail to provide complete solutions. The result? Customers end up calling back for the same problem, and FCR drops. On the other hand, when AHT is balanced, not too short, not excessively long, agents have enough time to properly diagnose the issue, confirm the resolution, and close it in a single interaction. This balance strengthens FCR, reduces repeat contacts, and builds customer confidence in the service. In short, the relationship is clear. Excessively low AHT undermines FCR, while a right-sized AHT enables one-and-done resolutions and a stronger customer experience. Let's now explore how average handle time directly influences customer satisfaction metrics like CSAT, Net Promoter Score, and Customer Effort Score. When AHT is too high, customers are stuck in long conversations or extended hold times. This drags down their perception of service, creating frustration and lowering CSAT. Over time, it also hurts loyalty and NPS, because customers begin to feel that engaging with the center is costly and inefficient. At the other extreme, if AHT is driven too low, customers sense that agents are rushing. They may leave the interaction with incomplete answers or unresolved issues. This leads to higher effort on the customer's part, lower CES, and ultimately diminished trust. The sweet spot is a balanced AHT, where agents spend enough time to resolve the issue thoroughly, yet not so long that the process feels drawn out. This balance consistently boosts CSAT, strengthens NPS, and reduces effort, making customers more willing to stay loyal and recommend the brand. Now, let's examine how average handle time shapes agent occupancy and utilization. When AHT is consistently high, agents are locked into long calls, which pushes occupancy to very high levels. On the surface, that may sound efficient, but in reality, it creates risk of burnout, stress, and higher attrition, because agents never get a breather between interactions. On the flip side, if AHT drops too low in a stable call volume environment, occupancy levels may fall. That means agents are underutilized, spending too much time idle, which drives up cost per agent without delivering proportional customer value. The key lies in sustaining balance. When AHT is optimized, not too long, not too short, occupancy remains healthy. Agents handle steady workloads, stress is reduced, and retention improves. In essence, the right AHT ensures both productivity and sustainability in workforce performance. Let's now connect average handle time to cost to serve, or cost per call. Every extra minute spent on a call translates directly into additional labor minutes, which are the largest driver of operational expense in a contact center. Longer AHT means higher cost per interaction, inflating total service costs. On the other hand, shorter AHT lowers the cost per call, but if it comes at the expense of first contact resolution or customer satisfaction, the rework and repeat calls will actually raise costs in the long run. That's why optimization is the real goal. Even small reductions create massive savings at scale. For example, trimming just 30 seconds from AHT across 100,000 calls per month saves over 800 agent hours, equivalent to 10 to 12 full-time salaries. In short, AHT is not just a productivity metric, it's a direct financial lever that can make or break a center's cost efficiency. Average handle time has a direct impact on revenue in sales and collections environments. When AHT is too high, agents handle fewer calls, which translates into missed sales opportunities and reduced collections. On the other extreme, when AHT is forced too low, pitches often feel rushed and conversions suffer. The sweet spot lies in finding the optimal AHT, long enough to build rapport, handle objections, and position upsells, but efficient enough to maximize the number of customer interactions. In this way, AHT isn't just an efficiency measure, it becomes a revenue driver, influencing both top-line growth and overall profitability. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel, Contact Center Knowledge Hub. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.